morning, folks. For me, this is a Thursday morning. Soap of the day is going to be Wickham's Super Smooth Shaving Soap, Southsea Spray. And this is a very soft soap. I'll get the lid off here. You can see it takes no effort at all. Put your finger in there. It's probably close to a crope. It's hard for me to describe the scent, but I can tell you it smells really nice. Now, if you're looking for super smooth, they have the 1912 version now, so I guess you might say this is a special item. Got the alum block with the rubber band. Humphrey's Witch Hazel. Going to follow the shave up with fine platinum. This brush has a synthetic knot from Metalworks. There, I got it whipped up on my bowl. I usually whip my lather up on the wet side or moist side. The shaver of the day is a Vanta shavette. It takes a full DE blade, and that's what I have in there right now. You can kind of tell also that the heel and the toe of the blade is not exposed, which makes it a little bit easier not to catch yourself with the toe or the heel of the blade because it's not exposed. And this is installed by the way of it just slides on there. And you can see right there, there's the blade, and it is a Treet Falcon. Go ahead and slide this back on there. You see that little notched out part right there? That's where it stops at right there. Matter of fact, this is the wrapper for the blade there. And Treet blades come from Pakistan. And I have a warm mug of water, and that's what I put my shavette in, as well as my brush, to keep it nice and warm. I've already put a hot towel to the face. Taking the bloom water and put it to the face, you might be able to see some of it. It worked up a lather pretty easy. My experience with Super Smooth has been pretty good. It's a nice soap. This shavette is not the easiest to find. I found it at Gifts and Care website, and I've had this one for a while. And at the time when I got it, I had ordered quite a bit of other stuff with it, because at that point in time the shipping was pretty reasonable. So I ordered quite a bit of stuff through them. That's where I got most of my shaving creams, was from Gifts and Care. And you can get some of those same shaving creams at Italian Barber. This goes on really smooth. It would be easy to say that this shavette would be pretty much suitable for somebody that's just starting out, still trying to figure out their angle and whatnot. With that toe and the heel not being exposed, it does help with reducing the risk of cutting yourself. If you've been following my post, I kind of refer to this shavette as a shavette with training wheels, because with that toe and heel covered, it does take out a good chunk of that risk of cutting yourself. And oddly enough, I don't have problem finding the angle, even though it's really not beveled for an angle. It's not that I don't feel the blade. It's just that I don't feel it like I do with other shavettes, with that notch being there. So I kind of sort of consider it a mild shaver, if there's such a thing with a shavette. It's really easy to use, in my opinion. I was really surprised when I got it how easy it is to use. Oh, I should say also, excuse me, that it'll take the half blades also without a problem. It's designed to go either way with DE blades. And this particular brand also makes a shavette that with a smaller head. If you're looking for one with one that's smaller than this, they'll take just half blades. This thing, it really is easy to use. It almost spoils you, in my opinion, because you're still concerned about the angle, but to me not quite as much as some of the others. My experience with the Treet blade has been that to me, it feels pretty sharp, relatively smooth. I would rate it right up there with a Persona blade. Yeah, it's pretty close to that kind of shave experience. As a matter of fact, I started out with this on got these through a trial blade, and I ended up getting some more after I tried it one time. And you can kind of tell you can't catch yourself if every once in a while right back through there, if I'm not careful when I need to get it at that 45-degree angle as opposed to a 90, because right about in there is where I got a fold or crease in my skin. So it is possible to cut yourself with it. You can kind of tell there's still quite a bit of lather, even after running a blade over. There's still quite a bit left on the skin, slickness. Like I said, I have not had any issues with this soap. Something I have noticed, I don't know, to me it's kind of odd, because I don't really do it with a whole lot of thought, that I've noticed through my shaves, that with the green pass, starts on this side of the face. But when I go with the against the green pass, I start on this side. Couldn't tell you why. I don't know why. That is pretty interesting to me, how it's like, you know, if you're in a creature of habit and you go to let's say a store, the grocery store, and you always go one way. But when you go back home, you go another way. Yeah, I don't know why why I reverse directions like that. To me, I would have thought that if I started out over here with the grain, that I would do the same thing against the grain. And it has been a work in progress. My goatee, like I say, I used to have a full beard, and shaping this the way that I want it to, it's still a learning experience for me. I still don't, it's not quite where I want it to be. I'm not sure if I need to grow more out or if I need to trim more off in order to get the shape the way I want it. Getting a lot closer though, considering I'm learning all this on my own. So but like with other things, with experience you'll figure it out. I was telling my son, I said I'm not quite as worried about it because I know this hair will grow back. It's not like the hair on top of my head where it just runs away and doesn't come back. I said this hair will come back. So if I make a mistake, I'll just grow it out and try again. This is really a good shaver. Not just necessarily for somebody starting out, but just it's so easy to use. I think there was something already there. It wasn't just necessarily. It's right there near that fold, but I think I was getting a bump or something right there, and I kind of took care of it. I noticed when I use this shavette though that it does seem like I really have to work at trying to get razor burn or anything like that. I think it's the reason why I consider it a mild shaver. That notch makes a lot of difference on how your shave feels. Yeah, you can tell it's starting to slow down a little bit now. It's not bleeding near as bad. I'll put some links down below if you're interested in looking up the 1912 version of this soap, as well as the Metalworks. This brush, this particular one, I really liked that handle when I saw it. Thought that was a pretty cool looking handle. Yep, definitely got some stinging right there. To me, it just seems like the shave with this shave is just easy. Like I said, you don't have to, finding the angle didn't seem to be quite the problem, like maybe with some other shavers. I'm going to show this brush again. To me, that handle just looks really nice. The idea, either way, when you grip this, just seems kind of a natural design. Pretty nice brush. I'm going to go ahead and show you what this blade looks like here, what this alum is doing its work here. So like I showed before, it just slides off, and there are two little bumps that hold the blade in place, as well as that's what this glides across. There's a groove here on the other side. So there's the blade, and those two little bumps hold that blade in there nice and tight. There's very little wiggle room in between those two notches. And for me, what I did this time, this particular blade does not have numbers on it, but I purposely put the Treet up at the top, so that when I use the other side, I'll flip this around and Treet will be at the bottom. That's how I keep track of what edge, because in other words, when I lay it down and I'm wiping it off and then trying to remember which one, that's what I do. And then if you're using ones with numbers, I always put the number 1 at the top, and then so when I flip it, it becomes down here on the bottom. There's other ways that you could probably work that up, but that's just how I do it. It's relatively easy to put this on there. It just slides right on across back there. And there it is. Really easy to load the full blade in there if you're not comfortable with snapping it. With these Treet Falcon blades, you got the outside cover as well as one inside. If that makes a person feel a little bit more comfortable about snapping the blade in half. I'm going to use some witch hazel now. Yeah, not too bad. It pretty much stopped bleeding. I like the design of this shavette though, especially for somebody just starting out. I think it excuse me. I think it makes it easier for somebody to learn how to use one. They're not real expensive either. I think they're right around the $15 mark. So far, as much as I have used this one, I use it every so often, rotate it in with the rest of my shavettes. But this one here, at this pivot point, it still stays pretty tight. Something I like. I like it to have a firm feel when you go to move it. Not really interested in a floppy one. Floppy ones don't do well for me. Fine platinum. If you have not tried any of the fine aftershaves, I really like. These aftershaves smell great. I only got 3 of them, but I like every last one of them. And that's what the restrictor looks like. It's not a real big hole there. So you do have to work at it to get some out. If you're worried about a whole bunch coming out at one time, more than that you want. I also think that, yeah, fine platinum runs right around the $15 mark too. You kind of see how I shop. Usually shop at certain price points. This is really good stuff. That's the reason why I paired it with this, because this soap, in my opinion, when I first tried it, first time I got it, thought it was really nice. Thought it should go with this soap. All right, going to wrap this up now. So we'll start out with once again, here's the soap. 1912 is the line they have now. I do have one of those, and it's pretty nice. This is what I got left in my bowl, which is quite a bit. Got plenty for a whole nother shave. And this particular bowl is grooved in the bottom. I will have to say, I don't know. It's hard for me to tell one way or the other whether the grooves in a bowl really help, because I don't have a problem whipping it out in my smooth bottom bowls. So I guess it might be up to each individual. Also, in case you ever wonder, yeah, I have a towel down here in front of me, and this mug I keep talking about, here it is. This is an older mug. It's pretty thick, it's heavy, so it does retain the heat pretty well. Everybody need to stay safe. Smooth shaves until next time.